Howdy folks, it's Kero from Camp Zero, Eastern Australia somewhere. I'll take you inside and show you what we're up to today. Probably seen this place. Bit of work going on here. I'll just pop you down. Today I'm starting a new project. I like new projects. They're always good in the beginning. And what I'll be working on over the next couple of days is a workbench. You need a good workbench. At the moment everything I've got is on wheels and temporary, not temporary, to be wheeled out of the way. I want a solid permanent workbench, and it's going to go level with this windowsill right along there at that height. Good height for me, hip height, and it'll be good because I can put pieces out through the window if I don't have enough room and that sort of thing, so that'll be good. These all work. I just gave them a lube. Beautiful. What I've got to work with, I just pulled this down, which is an old tank stand that was out in the yard. The tank had rusted through, water going everywhere. Ridiculous, didn't work. It was dangerous because it was all on this stump, which is eaten right out. Oh, all the way through actually. I wonder if you can see this. Oh, daylight. Don't know if you can see that. Hollowed right out. So that's actually going to be one of the legs of my bench. There's a line there, I'll cut it there. This is the other leg. It's in good condition, and we'll cut him at actually at just below that height, so we can put the top of the bench on. So all I've got to cut that with is my drop saw. So that's going to be fun. I've never done that before, and obviously it's not going to fit all the way under, so I'll spin him, and I may have to finish it off with a handsaw, who knows. But before any of that happens, these are the cross pieces that'll go across the front of the bench here, and they work fine. I'll just get rid of some bits. Sorry, clean as you go, housekeeping, all of that, because I'm not anywhere near ready for those. I was getting too excited. See, this paint will come off. It's already flaking off. That'll be really easy to get rid of, and they'll go down to bare wood. I think they're Cypress, although you did see the rotting on them. Well, that's from water. So this is my workbench at the moment. It just wheels around, and I've got another one of these in pieces, flat packed over in the corner. I'm going to have two of them. Everything's on wheels, but what I need to do is put a support rail onto this wall before we go anywhere. so that I can get my distances up to tell me how high the stumps are going to be. So we'll get ourselves moving. I'll sign off in a second because I'm not going to show you the whole process as we go all through. I'm not going to do any fast motion or anything like that, no time lapse, none of that shit. I wouldn't even know how to do it. But what I'm going to do is take this panel off the wall. I got the property here really cheap because they thought the whole place was lined in asbestos, and I took a few cover strips off, and this dark chocolate brown stuff, we call it Masonite. It's probably called that, it's probably a proprietary term. Shiny on one side, patterned on the other, not patterned but rough looking on the other side. The whole place is done in this shit and it's perfect, completely legal, no health issues, no safety issues whatsoever with that stuff. So I was pretty chuffed when I found that out. So this whole panel's coming off to expose the framework underneath, and judging on where I could find out. See, there's one right there. Where's the middle? There's the middle of that. Yeah. There's one there. See, I don't think there's anything. There's got to be something. Well, there's one. That's solid. But I can't hang it off there. I sort of have to have it supported right to the end. So that's the idea of getting this off, to find out what's underneath. And that'll stay off. I'm not going to reclad it or reline it or anything like that. Stupid. It's a workshop. It's going to look rough. So I'll get to work. All I've got to do is prise this. Once you get a bit of slack in it, you can actually wobble these boards, and they'll just wobble away from the nails and the whole thing comes off in one piece. But you've got to start it with this wrecking bar. So I was doing that. I got over to here and went crack straight through a piece of glass. So it's silly me, but that's alright. I've got another piece of glass, and I could cut that louver out of that. So that's it, folks. That's what I'm going to do today. I'll take you in next time and show you where I'm up to with getting that board off, because we'll be interested to see what lies underneath. Ooh, could be anything. Could be secret stashes under there. Oh. So signing off for now. I'll sign back on in a minute, get that panel off, have a look, see what's going on. Well, that was quick. It took like 10 minutes just to get that one off. So, see what I mean? It came off in one piece. Beautiful. Little bit of a tear there. And that's it. Everywhere else. So that I could cut 150 off there and still have all of that usable. Or else I could put it back on again. I don't know. I don't know. See, I'll show you the back of it. One side is shiny. The other side, I don't know what the light is like. I'll go like this. Is like a crosshatch sort of a pattern. So these nails are all it was held on with. That was nothing. Bit of a cobweb. So that's that stuff. It's a great resource. I've got this whole building full of it. And if we have a look here, I guarantee there's another one here. So all the supports that I could hang my frame off right out to here. The bench is going to finish here somewhere on each side. So that's what I was hoping to see. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this one off, relocate all of that stuff in the corner there. So one, success, it's good. We'll at least have a good look at it today, because now I can actually design the thing and put some firm measurements in place. I was only guessing with that cladding on there, that lining on there, no idea. So yeah, it's looking good. See you on the next little bit. I'll try wobbling. Ripped it. It's pinned along the bottom and it's pinned in the middle. There we go. Just like that. This here, I can tell you right now, I've made a very firm decision that I'm going to rip all of this out of this wall, at least, possibly out of the whole workshop. Cut myself. Look at it, it's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, aged cypress. I'm saying it's cypress, and these posts that I'm working with, I'll show you the end. Nice honey yellow, honey golden. The reason I know this is cypress and not pine is because this came out of a tank stand, and with water gushing all over it. And plus, pine is the biggest attractor of white ants, termites, that there is. So, apart from their queen, and it has to be cypress. It has to be. And the other thing I know is this town here once had 4 separate cypress mills, and they provided cypress for builders from Sydney to bloody Cairns, like everywhere, got our cypress out of this town. And there's 2 of them left, two mills left. And so that is the go-to material. Not completely rot resistant, as you can see here, water, okay, from being under the overflow of a tank. We don't get a lot of rain, but we get enough to do this. And this baby's hollow. Oh, all the way through. Termite resistant, borer resistant. It's not a hardwood, but it's not as soft as pine. It's sort of, and I'm not sure if it's even exactly in the middle. I'd have to ask somebody who knows. But just for aesthetics, if I hose this out, give that a scrub, I won't even coat it with anything, I'll just leave it absolutely bare. Boards, cypress. So today's timber is called cypress. Having a lot of fun with that. I'll just set the camera up for something else I want to show you. Won't be a minute. Actually, I just realised I can do it here, because I've got one. This one. I haven't even looked at this side, covered in cobwebs. What I want to draw your attention to is all of this writing. This gives you an idea of the material. See, they're stuck on. There's the mark of the manufacturer, and that says Masonite. Okay, I said it was Masonite. It's always been Masonite. This is really old shit with the cross hatching. And this here says wet this side 24 hours before use. I guess what that would do would cause it to swell up, expand, so that when you nailed it and put it in place, it'll contract and be on there really tight and won't get any buckling in there. That would be my assumption, but I don't really know. I've got another bit. This is the modern day material that has actually been put on under the floor here. The floor here is all covered in vinyl, and this is laid from front to back of this whole 70 square meters, and it's a bit shinier. Well, I think it's shiny. It's a lighter, and the back of it is just fibre. It's very much like MDF, really, and it behaves differently to MDF. MDF doesn't go too well in the water. Neither does this, but it's a bit better than MDF. I don't know why they still manufacture it. You can buy it at Bunnings, Home Hardware, whatever. And this, it's going to be temporary. Is what I'm going to be using for my workbench. It's only 12 mil, it's only 11 mil plywood, but it's all I've got, and I'm not going to spend any money on this project. I'm going to do it all with available materials. See a bit of watermark there. I think I'll put this side up, the top, the crack. There's cracks all through it. That's just a mark, but that'll only be in that sheet. It'll only go down 1 mil, and I don't want to particularly have a surface that somebody else has been working on. I want to have my own surface, and this will be long enough. I'll put you back. This will be long enough to go the length of that space that I'm developing, and it will come out this distance, so I can have a project on here and I've still got room to put my power tools out of the way with the power lead coming down almost centre. And then in later stages, when I get a bit of money, because it's about $90 for the 20 mil stuff, 19 mil, but I might get one of those, which will be even heavier and even better. So that's it for this bit. I don't even know what I'm going to do next, so might have a smoke, a sip of my water. I'm puffing and I haven't even done any work. Ridiculous. So see you on the next bit. Won't be long.